It's Maddie and
Madison
with Spectrum Arts. We all love embellishments, and small embellishments can make a big impact in our projects sometimes. But of course, we all know that embellishments are super expensive. And so these little embellishments that we're going to be working on today are very inexpensive. They do take a little bit of time as far as, patience with creations, but they're not difficult to make, and you can do them while you're watching TV. And they're extremely versatile because you can do them in any color, any style, any size, and they can fit a multitude of projects, which we're going to cover today. So I think you've all pretty much seen these before, of course. We're going to be making banners. And for those of you who are seasoned crafters, obviously this is nothing new, but hopefully going through these might actually, give you a little bit of inspiration and maybe give you an opportunity to break out some of those old punches that you haven't used in a while. For those of you who are new crafters, this is an invitation to hopefully try something new. And we're going to be using the 1-inch diamond punch from Fiskars. So very simple tools today is just a punch, and that's optional. Glue, any glue, white glue, stick glue, any kind of glue, a marker, and then some thread or twine, and then just scissors to cut your thread. So that's it, that's all we need. Now, I say this is optional because you can actually make your own template, or there are tons of templates to go ahead and find online for just printing out and cutting diamond shapes. That's all you need. But again, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you, obviously it's very, very simple to make. All you'll need, and I'll use yellow because that's hopefully gonna show nice and bright on screen. But obviously we simply punch our diamonds. We take them and I fold them in half right away. So I just kind of go like this with my fingers. And this is why I said you can actually do these while watching TV or, waiting for dinner to cook, or, just sitting around. And once we've got those, I do not distress both sides. I only do one side. And again, I just grab a marker and I do this. See, that's simple. And I do that again and again. So very basic. You guys get the idea. Okay. And then I take my twine. I cut whatever size I want. And then I simply fold these over like this. Apply my glue. I hold it shut for about 3 seconds and then I let it go. And that's how you create the strings, okay, the actual banners. Now, that's level 1. That would be, kind of like just here. I'll show you one that I've done. That would be just this, just the actual banner itself. Now, that's pretty easy, again, real quick. But however, you can add a little pizzazz to it with some elements and, use them for all of your projects. So let's go over some examples. For example, you can use it on your backgrounds, like your journal pages, okay? So here's one that all we did was simply add some hearts and some bling. Let me bring that up close. Hopefully it'll focus on that. Very cute, as you can tell. And again, any length. I mean, you can do them for a whole page if you wanted to. So great for backgrounds. If you have other projects that you're working on, maybe some picture frames, or in this case, this is a sticky notepad. Oh, I just kind of flipped it over, sorry. That we had been working on. So a great way to actually embellish that. And that is just stickles, or you can use glittering glue that we kind of went around. But it totally changes a project from just that to that. You can also go ahead and use them on cards. So let's say, for example, you were making this card. This one's already ready to go for a friend. But again, this is just a card. And then we can go ahead and add some bling. This one is just little, blingy stones. That one doesn't want to cooperate with me. But you get the point or the idea. And then let's say, you know, if you're doing a mini, you know, paper towel or toilet paper album, gift card holder. Again, these are flowers. Another thing that you could do is, let's say you're doing a tag. These we actually made with buttons. So different color buttons on there. And again, see the difference of, let me move these. You know, is it a nice tag? Sure, definitely, it's a very nice tag. But you could definitely add some whimsy and a different touch just by adding a little banner across the top. Right? Also, another one that's really good, because again, these are so small, but with a big impact, would be an ATC. So here you have a really pretty ATC, but simply by stamping some letters, like here it says hello, and it could be love or anything you'd like, you can actually make a big difference. Now, we can take this to another level, okay? We can actually go ahead and add other elements. So for example, to this background here, we can actually add tassels to our banner, and that would give us another layer of interest. We can go ahead and add buttons. So let's go with some buttons here and see. Right? We can go ahead and add bows. So whether it's in both sides or in the middle, right? How about some flowers? I haven't cut those still have the stem, but I just wanted to show you that you can actually add flowers on there and they would look amazing, right? And we can even use a little mini clips. And those would be so cute to glue them down and kind of just have them look like they're actually holding the banner up here on the sides. So those add another level of interest. And again, you know, like we said, bling, glitter glue, gems, tassels, buttons, flowers and buttons, clothespins, little mini tiny flowers. And you don't have to be limited to one. I mean, you can mix and match them. You can do them in between. See how it starts getting really nice and full? So that's another way of doing those as well. Now we can even go another step further, and we can actually add things like ribbon. So say for example, let me move some of these out of the way. And we'll keep this one right here. We'll take this one. Say for example, oh, and you can actually glue these, by the way, if you do not want them to move. When I'm making them, I don't glue them to the string because I want to be able to adjust them depending on my project. But let's add another layer. So you can actually take just plain plastic ribbon, right? And actually mount them on that. And look at that, right? And then mount that onto your project. And that would give it a whole nother layer. You can also use, you know, fabric ribbon. You could do that with paper too, if you have some nice paper, but there you go. You can do that as well. And if you want to make it maybe more shabby chic, or, you know, a little bit more texture than just something flat, you can even mount them on a ribbon, on some lace, excuse me. And that would give it another one, another whole nother level there. And then you can mount that onto your project, right? And look how beautiful that pops. So lots of different options, hopefully some ideas that you guys would like to try. You could also use other elements, you know, like for example, popping them up on pop dots, right? That would make your whole banner kind of stand out from the project and pop up. You can also go ahead and use, I use white twine because I figure it would show pretty easily on all these, but you can use color twine as well. You can use your small punches. I know we all have these little punches like these that sometimes they're so tiny and you're not sure what to do. Well, here, let me show you like this one. You can actually go ahead and use those little punches and it makes something as simple as a little banner look absolutely cute. And I mounted that just on a white background so you guys could see. You know, I did some gold foil, but I didn't know if it would show well on camera. But you can even, you know, layer these. You know, you can go with what black and then with a gold ribbon on top, or if you want to, you can even do, you know, a green dot. So imagine taking your banner with a small die punch, excuse me, with an element of some kind of bling, and then a lace behind it on whatever project you're working. So something as simple as a small little banner can make a huge impact on your projects. And so hopefully, like I said, I've given you guys some good ideas, or at least reminded you of some of the techniques that you already knew. And you know, you can break out those old punches or break out those scissors and start cutting away. We hope that you've enjoyed the project. Thank you so much for allowing us to share. And this is Maddie and Madison saying bye.